Hi, I'm Dominic. I live in East Oxford. I've lived here for about 6 years now. This is Oxford Cycle Workshop, which is the shop that I manage and was involved in starting up. And it's a community bike workshop that recycles abandoned bikes from around Oxfordshire and then sells them on. And we do bits of work with the youth vending team, and we teach people how to fix their bikes and that kind of thing. I mean, Oxford's a really nice place to live, and it's got a lot of green space, and and it's fun, and there are a lot of cyclists, which is great. There are lots of people use bikes to get into work, but I still feel that there could be a lot more, that there's a lot of potential for us to be more like some of the European cities like Amsterdam, where an even higher proportion of journeys are made by bicycle, maybe half of all journeys, because there's really nothing to stop it. And I think there are a lot of things that could be done to make that sort of vision a reality. Okay, well, this is my route to work. This is Howard Street, which is one way, and my shop is just a few further streets over. And this is also a route that lots of people use, lots of kids going to school. There's lots of schools around here, lots of mothers with children. And I used to go the illegal way against the one-way street and up there for quite a while, and I got fed up with car drivers sort of waving at me and shaking their fingers and going, "Oh, it's one way, So now I go the legal way, but most people don't, because going the legal way is quite hair-raising, as we'll see. Okay, well, we're now standing at the junction where Howard Street actually meets Iffley Road, and you can see all the traffic that it brings you out into, particularly at this time of the morning. And it's actually quite a difficult turn to make if you're a cyclist, or if you're a car driver, but particularly as a cyclist you're having to filter in between all sorts of different vehicles, and there's really no need for it. A contraflow cycle lane would be a really simple solution to that. I really think we could see a lot more people cycling if some of the fear of being on the roads in Oxford was removed by a bit of sensible thinking about bicycle facilities and enforcement. Yeah, so one of the most scary experiences if you're a cyclist is when a bus comes and actually sort of squeezes you. And this bit of cycle lane here is particularly bad for that. You'll see that the buses tend to encroach quite significantly as they go along here. And if you're a cyclist in that cycle lane, it's really quite unpleasant. But there you go, there's that one just completely in the cycle lane. I think a major problem in the city for cycling, and also just for the look of the city, is cycle parking. There's a lot of people making journeys by bikes and really very few places for people to park, and that means that bikes are locked all over the place, and it's not very attractive in the city centre, and it means that there's an awful lot of bikes stolen. So this is St Clement's, and this is an illustration of the problem of parking bicycles in Oxford. There's a particular problem here, because if you look down the street you can see this is the bus stop where the express buses to London stop, and lots of people commute from that stop into London and cycle to the bus stop to catch the bus, and there's really nowhere for them to put their bikes. If you look down the street you can see there's nothing really to lock a bike to. You look across the street, you can see this is the only cycle rack provided by the council, and it's always completely full, and there are bikes parked around it, a couple leaned against walls and so on, where they can be very easily stolen. And I've collected stories from lots of people who've had their bikes vandalised while they're around here as well. And then finally, again, just the only other thing that there is to lock a bike to around here, and of course it's got lots of bikes locked to it. So we've been trying to get the council to put in more bike racks along here, and we shall see. Hopefully we shall succeed by 2015. For 2015, I think what I'd like to see happen in Oxford is, at the moment, we have about 20% of journeys to work are made by bike. And I think that could easily be more like 40%, which is what you see on the continent. So that would be one thing. And I think combined with that, having all those journeys, not just journeys to work, but journeys for leisure and so on, made by bicycle, would mean that you can actually open up the city centre, have much more sort of communal space, have much more meeting of people, more opportunities for artwork and performance on the street, and just generally people, enjoying what is a very, can be a very beautiful city.